What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy Next Gen 720, and I am back with another video. If you haven't checked out my last video, or if you weren't notified of my last video, yes, I have a video that I did last. It's a problem, it's an issue with YouTube. I've been fussing about it for the last 5 or 6 months. I'll leave a link down below in the first comment of the video. But in the description box, there's all my social media information, my Twitter, Facebook group, Bang Bang Next Gen Gamer. Are you one of the guys that like to gang bang in the comment section of the videos? Well, Bang Bang Next Gen Gamers is the perfect Facebook group for you. Full of nothing but fanboys. But listen, we have a great time. We don't do no racist shit. No talk about no one's family, and none of that shit. Anything else is above the waist. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like I said, don't go in here talking no kumbaya, no peace talk, because the Xbox, the ponies, ain't even the Wii U weirdos. Even the gamers that game on PC, they got scoliosis, you know, with acne problems. They gonna get your ass too. So go in there, choose your weapon, and pick a side, and have fun. Let me leave all that stuff down below. But anyway, what prompted me to do this video, because a few people in my group, Bang Bang Next Gen Gamers, they have older model 4K televisions. You know what I mean? I won't even say low end, just older models. Maybe they came out in 2014, 2013, that are HDMI 1.4. You know, and some people that may have bought like lower end quote unquote 4K TVs from Target, Walmart, you know, Sam's Club. This issue is a widespread issue, not affecting some 4K televisions that are HDMI 1.4. This issue is affecting all 4K television that is not HDMI 2.0, that is HDMI 1.4, that you're no longer able to get a 4K image. It downscales it to 1080p. Now, there's no official word yet from Sony. Sony had a trick around this that was allowing people that had TVs that are 4K at 30 hertz or whatever the case may be. They kind of the colors, they kind of washed them out a little bit. It was able to trick the TV and the console to accept a 4K 60 hertz image. Not to get too technical, but right now, listen, if you got a 4K TV that's HDMI 1.4 or 4K 30 hertz, you're probably, if you're game on the PS4 Pro, you already know that your image now is at 1080p. There's no word yet from Sony on how they're going to fix this, and people are losing their shit. People are livid. You know, which, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, buying, you know, technology or whatever the case may be, things become, I will tell you guys what I said technology is forever moving forward. Like the 4K television that I had, you know, even though it was HDMI 2.0, it didn't have HDR. I bought that TV, I bought that set in 2014. It was Sony TV, loved it to death, but it didn't do HDR. That's why I had to go out and buy all new, well, I buy a TV any damn year, but that's what I went out and bought all new TVs anyway. But it is what it is, so I hope Sony rectifies that issue fast, quick, you know what I mean? But moving right along, AMD had their big event today for their new rumored quote-unquote Zen and Zen CPUs. They showed yesterday, I believe, they showed Doom running on Vega. It was 1080p, 60 frames a second. I mean, I'm sorry, 4K at 60 frames a second. They said that I was listening to my man D's video, you know, my tech guy D from the Xbox Beast Fire. It said it destroyed the GTX 1080. Now, it's heavily rumored that the Xbox or Project Scorpio will be using Vega and actually it's not even called Zen, it's called Ryzen, you know, Zen for short. And they have some, it's really supposed to be true, how you say, next level. You know, like AMD really has a great product here with their Ryzen CPUs. It says a detailed Ryzen. It says here, Ryzen details leak, 8 cores, 20 megabytes of cache, overclocking. But it overclocks by itself. A lot of people are put off by PC gaming because, you know, they don't want to go into the BIOS and overclock. They don't want to break the rig. But this CPU is smart. It will detect whatever hardware is in your console, to say your desktop, lap, whatever, and then it will overclock. It will, you know, like Windows UDP. It detects the hardware and it scale up and scale down. The CPU will overclock for itself by itself. You know what I mean? So it's really it's top notch. Now, if you listen to, like I said, with Phil, when the guys were saying, they say they wanted a true step up for us in technology. This stuff here is made for 4K games, so people saying there's no way in hell the Scorpio can give you 4K 60. Remember I was telling you guys you can't compare to what's in your rig now, because if you listen to what Phil said, they could have put a console out right now. You know, it's nothing stopped them from putting something out that's 6T flops, but the chips and the chips that they wanted to use weren't going to be ready until next year. I did a video about this about 6 months ago, in the summertime, before E3. You know, before they officially announced Project Scorpio. And again, everyone said that I was making shit up and I wasn't factual. Like I said, I know some people that know some people. Just say that. And I said, I even left a link. I said, the name of it, I may stop being, I may put the video here, but it says, basically what I said was a Taiwanese company, a lead Taiwanese chip company that makes the SoCs for these consoles and Blu-ray players. They had the contract to make the SoC chips and stuff for a certain developer, certain video game company, and the console was going to come out in 2017 for new technology.
There was something in research about this.
Like I said, and I should say, AMD has the contract with Microsoft, right? Polaris and all that stuff is Polaris is available now. Jaguar, all that shit is available now. But the great thing about Ryzen, aka Zen, that is top notch and is very affordable. But people can achieve, you know, it's actually really outdoing Intel right now with this whole smart tech, you know, with this new smart CPU with scales up, scale down according to the system specs and hardware. Like, that's crazy. We're talking about 60 flops using Vega, using Ryzen, you know what I mean? In a closed environment. We're talking about optimization. Yo, these games are gonna look bananas on Project Scorpio or Xbox Scorpio. Speaking of which, I hope Phil and them, I don't know, we're so used to saying Scorpio. I don't know if legally can they use the name Scorpio. Just don't come with some crazy shit, you know. Just keep it. We already have an Xbox Elite. But yeah, we keep, you know, just keep it Xbox Scorpio. I don't know, or Project Xbox or Xbox 4K 60. I don't know, Xbox 4K. I don't know what the hell, but you know, keep a cool name, keep a catchy name. But I'm excited. I can't wait to see some games running, quote unquote, in Scorpio mode or on the Scorpio. Now, you didn't have developers came out and they're praising the Scorpio's hardware with the dev kits or whatever, and saying they're gonna make regular console, this generation, Xbox One, even PS4, look like old laptop games. So could you imagine that leap right there itself? Oh man, I'm excited. Now, if Sony was smart, being that they know they can no longer win this resolution war, and that I've been saying forever, Sony, stop with the 1800p or 1400p. Just give us 1080p 60, let the console upscale to 4K, but give us better textures and better shaders. I don't want the same textures and shaders. Just say you giving us The Last of Us remastered at 4K 60, but you're still using those very trashy PS3 textures. Yet, you see where I'm going with this? You know, it's not the resolution that determines if a game has great graphics. I say this 1,000 times. It's the textures and the shaders. You know, I don't want the, you know, the resolution just gives you a sharper image. You know, that has nothing to do with graphics whatsoever. You know, is it better to have a name image? Yeah, but I would much rather have better graphics. You know, and let, you know, my console upscale than just to have the same looking game. And that's the problem with the pros having. Honestly, the Cinemassacre had a video up, and they asked a bunch of every Joe Schmoes. They had the Pro running, and they had the standard PS4 running. They didn't tell them which one was which, and 90% of them, they picked the wrong goddamn console. You know, so just by looking at it like that, there's not really, unless, like I said, so things may change. Like I said, I'm not saying that the Neo or the PS4 Pro has shitty hard. I mean, is trash, because I have a Pro. If you're a gamer like myself that just has to have everything new, fine. But it's not a big step up, especially to have 4.2 teraflops under the hood. Like, that's a lot of goddamn mustard on that's a lot of mustard on the hot dog, you know. Even honestly, I would love to see a game fully take advantage of the PS4 Pro hardware and the Scorpio. But see, like I said, how Microsoft, or I guess kind of doing this, is that they have the Windows UDP, and Again, with this here, that developers can make one game with one code on DX12 and Windows 10, and the game will scale up or scale down. So that saves developers money, you know. But I just think moving forward, we're kind of moving out of generational talk, you know, unless they still like go with something drastic, you know, and they're still going to use x86 the same way. If you have a GTX 560 and this person here has a GTX 1080, we can basically still play the same games. It's just your game is going to look a little more shiny and better, you know what I mean? And I think this is where these consoles are going now, you know. Now, if you look at the 360 and the PS3, which is totally different hardware, that's what held gaming back. You're talking about 5.5 gigs of RAM to a half a gig of RAM allocated game. They're basically the same games, but you know, just our versions were prettier and shinier. But you know, moving forward, it's not going to be any more cross-gen development. Forget sports titles. I'm talking about for these big, you know, third-party multi-plats. I can't wait. I can't excited. I'm very excited. Bring on Scorpio. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna talk about that more on Xbox Beastfire with Dean, the tech guy, myself all day, T Reaper and Dealer. You know, this is right up D's alley. He has a mental orgasm when he comes to these talking about these GPUs and CPUs and chipsets and shit like that. That's his thing. But anyway, this is your boy Next Gen 720. I'm out of here. I'll catch you guys later on Beastfire. I left a special message at the end of the video here. Let me know what you guys think. And I'm out of here. Bang.
Kung Jin wins.